You know, the human brain is really fucked up, alright? When I was completely depressed, I was always doing things that I enjoyed. How fucked up is that? What I enjoyed made me depressed. Because when you look at what I was doing from an outside perspective, it looked like I was just destroying my health. It looked completely unhealthy. Like I would just play video games all day long. I would eat fucking shitty food. I would have a bad sleep schedule. I would always be on Netflix and all of that. And you look at this and you're like, these are really destructive habits, and if you always do them. And the thing is, most of you listening to that, there's a lot of these habits that you do. And it's completely normal, and that's how the world is fucked nowadays. It feels normal to do these things, but these things are like destructive behaviors, and if you can do them, like you can do these things like not that often. If you do these things like once a week, let's say, it's not gonna have that big of an impact on you. But the day that you're gonna do it, it's gonna make you feel like shit. If you play video games all day long, it's gonna make you feel like shit. All right, I know that. I played a lot of video games, and I didn't love the way like I felt like when I would just think about how I look or just my energy while I was playing video games. It was really unsexy, you know. It was really not sexy at all. It was really like just bad habits. So have some respect for yourself, and the way to do that is simply to do things that you would do for someone that you love, aka yourself. Alright? The first person that you should really treat like someone that you genuinely love is yourself. And what you would do for someone that feels bad, and that what advice would you give them if they feel bad and you love them? You wouldn't tell them to play all day long video games, or to eat junk food, or to fucking do whatever it is that they do that is a bad habit. You would recommend someone, you would give them the advice if you want them to really make them feel good and improve their lives, to like go to the gym, read, improve their lives, everything. You would really give them a good advice, you know. And maybe I just told you that, and you would do like, no, I would tell them to be on Netflix. And that's because you have bad habits and you don't understand what it is to improve yourself. All right, to improve yourself, you have to do only good habits. Like first you have to get rid of the bad habits that you do, then you have to add some good habits. And the ultimate thing, the greatest thing that you can do is simply to get rid of all the bad habits and to only implement good habits in your life. And these are really the habits that are gonna make you feel good about yourself and just about the world in general. All right, so that's what you should do. You should focus on the good habits always. Like that's the ultimate act of self-love right there, because it's concept of delayed gratification. If you do good habits, ultimately these are things that don't really feel good in the moment. When you're healthy and you've been doing these things for a long time, now it feels more enjoyable. Like I love to work out, and I love to eat well, and I love to cook, I love to read, I love all these things now. Even though sometimes I don't want to do them, I love these things. But at first it feels like there's no enjoyment at all. But you just keep on doing them, and it's gonna compound. You know, what you're gonna learn in this book, how your body is gonna recover from this workout, is gonna compound. And over time, over like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you're gonna become a completely different person. While if you would be doing these bad habits, it would compound too. Like you would just lose a lot of times with video games. You would just break your self-esteem. You would destroy your health eating fucking bad foods, like having a bad sleep schedule. You would destroy your physical and mental health. It all compounds. So what will you do that will compound? Personally, what I want to do is just only good habits. I want to do the best things that I can do every single day, all day long. so that it compounds the most, and then in like 10 years my life is completely different. And my life is already different than it was like 2 years ago, because 2 years ago I was doing none of the good habits that I'm doing now. I would work out but like once a month, and I would work out like with no motivation at all. Right now I enjoy these things because that's just my life, that's just, it compounds. In 10 years I know that I'm gonna make a shit ton of progress, and I'm gonna be like really like nearer to the person that I want to become. So have some respect for yourself. Only focus on the good habits, always. Fuck the bad habits. You don't even know how it's a waste of time, alright? Just do good things. Do things that will really, that give you, alright. A good reference point is, if you want to know what's good for you, what makes you feel good about yourself, what in the moment is not enjoyable but makes you feel good about yourself right now and in the long term, that you know is gonna pay off. Things like working out, eating well, recording videos for your business. All these things, sometimes they can be not enjoyable because these things are hard. We're gonna be honest, these things are hard, but it's gonna compound, and in the future your life is gonna be completely different. Meanwhile, if you do bad habits, your life is either gonna stay the same, or it's just gonna become completely different in another way. It's gonna become worse. So now you know what to do. Do the ultimate act of self-love. Only focus on good habits.